Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, a bit of a mix of different things going on. First thing that we're going to be looking at, or job that we are doing, is we are land rolling. So trying to get our silage ground all rolled. Do it every year basically. After the ground is cut last year, we graze it with something or other. Like this field and the next one we have to do was grazed with sheep, so they tend to get in around ditches and can knock stones out or foreign objects out of the ditch. So it's just a chance to get round, roll the fields, make sure that there's nothing there that shouldn't be there, or no nasty surprises with the mower. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing today. We had lots of rain over the weekend, so the ground was quite dry and it was going to be a bumpy ride if it had stayed dry. But it has rained quite a bit, and it's just meant that we've had some the rain has just meant that we've had soft ground now for doing this job, and it's a lot better, because even if there was any little divots or any poaching that was done with any of the animals, the rollover is quite heavy, so it'll flatten them all out. Yeah, not the most exciting job in the world, but a job that has to be done nonetheless. It also gives you a chance too. We're about 6 weeks out from cutting the silage, roughly in or around, and it also gives you a chance then to get round and just to see what your standing crop is like, how it's coming on, and what weeds there is. So the likes of this field here has got a little bit of chickweed coming up on it, and there's an odd dock through it. It would have been sprayed for docks last year, so there's not very many docks. It's not going to be an issue in this field, but we are going to have to address the chickweed. A lot of our silage fields do have chickweed issues. The heavy nitrogen, we've spread a lot of slurry and put out plenty of nitrogen, so that really is the conditions that chickweed thrives on, and we tend to have a lot of it. So yeah, just gives you a chance then to see what weeds you need to spray for. So yeah, we'll have to get a bit of spraying done the next week or so too. Well, the rolling has been done in the 3650, which is nice. Great to be able to get it out and get it doing a bit of work. I've been looking forward to using it once the springtime come in, and this is one of the jobs that I had earmarked for it. And yeah, lots of different jobs that it'll be doing now coming into the summer and at hay time and all that. So yeah, it's going to be busy. May even do some of the mowing with this tractor as well. I might do, I usually have the trail mower, and I think I'll use maybe this tractor on the trail mower whenever I'm mowing the silage. So yeah, it's handier in diesel too, and that's going to play a big part in using it with the price of how diesel is at the minute. So haven't much to do. I'll get a wee bit of drone footage probably in the next field, and I'll put that up and you can get a wee bit of a look at that, and then we'll move on to the next part of the video. So yeah. Alright, so finished all the rolling. It's a few days later. We're just going for a little look at the calf enterprise. So last year we reared some calves. Now I don't know how many calves we're going to rear this year. We reared 20 calves last year, just bucket reared calves. These guys are a little over a month old roughly, and they're doing nicely. We have to be on the farm a bit over a week, but yeah, we're going to up the numbers a wee bit more with them. We'll probably, I don't know, I'm not going to commit to how many we're going to do. It's up in the air. It depends what we can get locally. We're not going to travel too far for them, and we don't want to go all Frisians. We want to get like these guys a bit of a crossbreed in them. So yeah, we'll see what turns up, and I'll keep you informed as it goes along on what calves we have or what we got. But yeah, I want to show you another calf down here. Okay, so we're down in the stable here, just that's in the top cattle shed. We have it set up here. We usually put maybe 4 or 5 calves in here, rear them. We just set up a little pallet thing that we've made up that we can pop some of the feeders on, and yeah, you can rear 4 or 5 calves in here easily before you just get them off milk and then get them outside. But we have a calf in here already. Unfortunately, it's out of our own herd. It's never good when you've one of your own calves in here. And what happened was, it was born on Wednesday. Its mother calved him out. Actually calved him out very easily. The calving didn't go on for any more than about 20-25 minutes, but she never got up after she calved. She gave herself a hurt when she was calving. Not a massive calf, it's just a half a calf, fairly average enough size. She was a big cow, one of our best cows, but for whatever reason she just couldn't get up. We got her up initially. She walked around for a few minutes in the shed itself, but when we got her out in the feeding passage, she just lay down and she never got back up. So yeah, unfortunately she didn't do very well, but these things happen sometimes. Lovely calf, and we're going to rear it now on milk along with the other calves that we purchase whenever they arrive. So yeah, friendly wee thing, and yeah, we'd have to take good care of her, but these things happen, unfortunately. The other thing we've been doing this week, we've been getting some of our T1 sprays on our crops. We haven't just got them all finished. We've had great dry weather over the last few days, but it's very, very windy, and we haven't been able to do much spraying in the last couple of days. So we still have we've 30 acres left to do, but we'll get that done hopefully early in the week. But yeah, we have a sprayer here on the tractor. It's one we've just got a loan of. Our own sprayer has been delayed in coming in. If you remember back, I sold our sprayer, which looked pretty much the same as this here, actually, only smaller. I sold it last, just after Christmas there, last January. Sprayer was supposed to be in over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 3 weeks ago, it didn't come in. It's been delayed. Hopefully we'll have it in a bit of a week, maybe a couple of weeks time, so we'll see how it works out. But we have a sprayer on loan, an Amazon sprayer, as I say, pretty much the same as our old sprayer. Our old sprayer was an Amazon UF 901, yeah, 901. So yeah, it's an 1801. It'll hold 2,000 litres in it, but all the controls on it's all exactly the same, and it's actually 2014 now. It hasn't been washed or anything, you can see it there, but it's very, very clean, the sprayer. I actually think it is sold. It's McGee Farm Machinery that has it in. That's who we're getting our sprayer off. We purchased our last sprayer off them as well, but yeah, they had it for sale. But as far as I know, it is sold. This one is a 21 metre version. Air sprayer will be a 24 metre, so they had to put a couple of extension pieces, really just a temporary job. They put them on it, and yeah, it's doing the job. It's great to have it, but I turn around and get a bit of light. It's great to have it for doing the job just when our own sprayer was delayed in coming in, but whenever our own sprayer comes in the next few weeks, yeah, I'll show you it whenever it arrives and all that stuff as well. But yeah, I've done a good bit of spraying with it. I've had this now for a couple of weeks. We've used liquid nitrogen and on all our crops and on the silage ground. I'm extremely happy with that, but I will be doing a video on that a little bit later on when when our own sprayer arrives, and I'll show you just how it differs a little bit just from your chemical fertilizer, obviously your granular fertilizer. But yeah, very happy with how it's performing so far anyway. So yeah, anyway, okay, on to the next thing. Kind of getting a little tight for space for park and stuff, so the meal is almost gone here. We're well down on the wheat. This is where we stored the wheat for feeding the cattle. It's going to be moved out of here. If I can just get enough space in here, I'm going to move it out of here, put it in next door, wash this out. I can use that then for parking some machinery and stuff in, because it's yeah, it's just a little tight for space for stuff at the minute. Alright, so the other thing that's been going on over the last week or so is down the bottom of the yard here, we've been doing a little bit of construction. So we've had to build this area to house a liquid fertilizer tank. So as I mentioned, we're moving to a liquid fertilizer now for most of our applications. So we need a tank to be able to take a lorry load of fertilizer. They'll come out, they'll drop it into the tank, and then you can walk away out of it then as you need it. When it gets empty, you can ring them up, they'll come down and fill it again. So that's kind of where we're going. But we had to build this area for the tank. There was a couple of different things. One, it had to be a bunded area, so it had to be fully sealed. The second thing it needed to be was it needed to have a floor in it which wasn't sloping like this one here. So we had a concrete down the bottom of the yard here. We used to park a lot of the machinery here in this area, no, a few bits of machinery, but there's a decent fall on it, so we had to put in basically a level floor in there as well. So that all had to be done and constructed, and that's been going on, as I say, for the last couple of weeks. It's just been finished this last week, and it's turned out very well. Very happy with how it's turned out. So the fertilizer company now are going to come and deliver our tank. So it's going to come now this coming week. Hopefully it's going to come this week. When it arrives, then we can call up our fertilizer supplier. They'll come, fill it up with liquid fertilizer. It's going to be liquid nitrogen in this case, because that's what we will be using, and that'll be it. Yeah, we'll have liquid nitrogen here then on the farm that we can come, take it out of the sprayer, spread it, and when the tank is empty, you ring up and fill it up as needed. So we have liquid fertilizer already pre-ordered, so some of it we have already got, and we've used that on our silage ground and on the crops. So we have been using it, as I mentioned earlier on, but it's just to have it now for the next rounds of fertilizer, which will be going out. We're not due to put it out for about a week's, maybe a week and a half's time. So to have the tank here is important. Sprayer, if it comes, would be great, because we'll have it then for doing the work. But if not, we have the loan sprayer anyway, so it's not going to be a big issue. But yeah, that's it. Good job, happy with how it's turned out, and yeah, we've run the wall right across the back as well, so it has closed off the bottom bit of the yard here. So it's something that kind of had to be done anyway. So yeah, that is it. Bunded area, done and dusted. If we just get the tank now, we're right. So that's it. Kind of just a wee look around on a few different things that's been going on over the last week or so. This week, coming week, now we're going to get some slurry out on it, the last of our hay ground that has to get slurry. So yeah, when that's happening, we'll also be doing some on some grazing ground as well, because the cows outside will be due a shift this week, so we'll be getting some slurry out of that. And I'll maybe do a bit of footage as we're doing that, and I'll report back on how the dribble bar is getting on now, and how how the slurry going out with the dribble bow, how it's performing as well, and what we're finding with it compared to using the splash plate. So yeah, it could be an interesting enough video for anyone thinking of changing to a dribble bow. So that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed watching the video, and of course subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It costs you nothing. Just go down, hit the sub button, there's a little bell beside it, click on it as well after you subscribed, and it will just give you a little notification every time I post a video, and it's all free. So do that and I'll be very happy and grateful for that. So that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.